People who are homeless aren't seen as human beings. They're stigmatised, they're thrown out of town, where they lie on the street is getting hosed down by councils.
Yeah.
In the winter, they're throwing water on them to get them to move on. They're being arrested, they're being fined £100 for sleeping. They're being told to move on, their sleep getting interrupted, they're putting spike on the streets. So basically, what are you saying as a society to people who are homeless? Don't end up homeless, because you will be rejected. The village will throw you out, you'll be cast aside, and you'll be spat on and stood on, and you'll be treated like a dangerous animal.
I was sleeping in church for 6 months before, and that don't really, you know what to say. It's like, most people wouldn't believe it when you say you've got two evil parents, like, but, you know, it is true sometimes. They probably, because they don't understand, because their parents have always looked after them, but it's just, mine just cared. When I turned 16, as soon as child benefits stopped, my dad kicked me out the day it stopped, so that pretty much sums him up.
8,096 people were seen sleeping rough in London in the last year, which is a 7% increase compared to 2014, showing that homelessness is on the rise.
Homelessness is a growing problem, particularly in London, but further afield as well. And tonight there'll be something like 1,700 families that Lewisham has accepted as homeless who are in temporary accommodation. Most of them within Lewisham, some further afield. And that's not untypical of a London borough.
I'm Danielle Smith and I'm 21 years old. I became homeless about, well, it's been on and off again, like, for about 3-4 years, because my mum moved out of the area. And my mum was with someone who was quite abusive. He used to take money off her, used to drink, like, concessively, like, force her to have children in my eyes. So I was just like, I can't deal with this anymore. So I was moving all around the area, like staying with friends, and then like obviously it wears out the novelty, staying at your friends, and they're like, oh well, you can't stay anymore. Like, so it's just like, oh, okay. So I was coming backwards and forwards to the YMCA because I heard about it, because the council couldn't do much because apparently I'm not, you know, deemed as priority.
So if you're a young single female and you've got nowhere to stay, to my mind, you're homeless, you're vulnerable, you deserve to be housed, but the council wouldn't accept that as criteria.
Local authorities have no responsibility for those individuals. That doesn't mean we don't try and help, but that it does mean that we don't have the ability to help them in the way that we would help families.
Lots of people that have used our service tell me that we've saved their life, and that's a dramatic thing for people to say to us, but I know that's genuine, and I know the circumstances that a lot of people that have come and stayed with us have been in prior to coming here, and I also know that people are dying on the streets. So 3 people this year have died on the streets in Milton Keynes. 2 of those people have used our services in the past, and so, you know, we are dealing with people in extreme circumstances.
19-year-old Rebecca from the Milton Keynes YMCA shares her experiences and gives an insight into her current situation.
It was mainly domestic abuse of family, because before I didn't really get along with parents. They were beating me up and that, so the police were involved. But then it was alright after that. After I come here, it's like a big family unit. They give you your own room, and then like you share the bathroom, but it's like girls and boys' bathrooms. It's pretty much you just decorate it your own self, so you don't obviously put things on the wall because it isn't like a permanent thing, it's temporary. So I've got my own picture frames up here of all the pictures of my friends, of people that I've known before I come in here. It just helps me to like get through the times when you're here, because you're like thinking nobody's there for you, but then you realise I have all these people. I've also brought things that I've had for years, so like all my jewellery, my candles to make it a bit homely.
Councils are under a significant amount of pressure to eradicate the issue of homelessness, but where does the root of the problem stem from?
The real problem has been rising rents. And within London, we know that house prices have gone up, but rents have gone up as well. There's I think an unwillingness to recognise just how severe the problem is in London and the South East, and how rapidly it's escalating. And it is fundamentally about costs which are out of control.
There are many different issues and reasons why people become homeless, and I think you're never going to totally eradicate that issue. So people will always have mental health problems, physical health conditions, or they'll want to run away from their home for one reason or another.
This government right now, it's in there, Theresa May and David Cameron, consistently telling us that we're doing well. Homelessness is decreasing.
Homelessness is a complicated issue, and the underlying causes may never be resolved as figures continue to soar due to lack of effective measures.